Hello, everybody. It's been a little while since I posted either on this channel or even on Ecat World. Not really because I've lost interest, but life has been just giving me life stuff. So, yeah, I've had to focus on a few other things recently, which, that's the way life goes with a lot of people. So, but, I've certainly been keeping an eye on Ecat things, although there hasn't been a huge amount of information, new information published. But yeah, it seems like Andrea Rossi is focused on doing his work. There's been a few times where he has said words to the effect that he guarantees or promises that the ECAT will be delivered or deliveries will begin this year. He hasn't really backtracked from that to this point, so I think that's a positive sign. I had I've had a few communications with him. I asked him on the Journal of Nuclear Physics about where the ECAT will be manufactured, and I asked, is it going to be just one place, or how? And I think I asked, how many places will you be manufacturing the ECAT? And he said 3. And so I followed up and I asked, how many, which continents will these be on? And his answer was America, Europe, and Asia. And then I asked another follow-up, which was, will production begin in only one place, or will they be simultaneous? Will it be production starting simultaneously in all of these areas? And he says, I think all 3. So maybe he doesn't have it completely nailed down yet, but I actually feel like it's a good idea to have multiple production facilities, especially in today's world where there's all kinds of issues dealing with tariffs and trade wars and things like that, which has got a lot of people quite anxious about global trade. So maybe that's a smart move, not to have all these ECATs produced just in one location. Another comment. This was more of a philosophical approach, and it's a question that I have thought about a lot, and I'm sure anybody who's following the ECAT has thought about this a lot. I'll read a comment from one of the readers on the Journal of Nuclear Physics. ECATs have a very important political as well as commercial significance. Not only many companies, even multinational ones, will have to convert or go bankrupt, but entire states, which base all or part of their wealth and power on natural energy sources such as coal, gas, oil, etc., will have to downsize. Some of these states will do everything to frustrate or postpone for decades the introduction of ECATs. I won't read the whole comment, but you kind of get the idea. This is potentially an extremely disruptive technology, and the reader goes by the name of Fox. We only ask you to reassure us by telling us that the problem has been considered. And I thought Rossi gave a pretty classic Rossi response to this. I'll read all of his response to this. He says, Fox, as I said during the press conference after the Latina racetrack event, whose YouTube streaming you can find linked on ecat.com, We have a mission and we must think to it. God will decide if it is worth to go or not. The important is that I proceed honestly and with all the force I am able to collect. As a consequence of these reasons, my answer is no. I did not consider what is hidden behind the bushes along the path that has been assigned to me and my team. Warm regards, A.R. And, I think that's kind of typical of the way Andrea Rossi approaches his work. I mean, he does have he has a firm faith in God. And I think he has a firm kind of, I think he feels like he is on a mission assigned to him from God. And that I think he sees his role in that mission as to just do his best to make this thing happen. And as he says, God will decide if it is worth to go or not. So I guess he kind of feels like, well, if something happens to me, then that's just God's will. And I've done my best and I've done what I could. And if it's a success, then again, that's another indication of God's will. He really does. I don't think he's being totally serious in this response. So, I think in that sense, he kind of has a very courageous approach to this. I mean, he doesn't really, I don't think he considers his personal safety too much. Maybe that may cross his mind, but it's never struck me as being something that he's very worried about. So he's a very unique character. He doesn't really seem to. He said in another comment somewhere else he says, "I want to stay well away from politics." So you'll never find him making political commentary on his blogs, and I don't know, maybe that's a smart thing to do. But I still think that the question is a valid one. Is surely you will recognize that what you have is very, very disruptive and could really affect a lot of politics and economics. But still, I don't think he's going to change his approach. So I don't really know if there's too much. I mean, we're not in the past. Rossi's been working towards this demo and that demo, and I don't see that in the future. I don't think he's going to be doing any more demonstrations. I think his focus is on the production, and whether it will be in the first part of the year, I really doubt it's going to be in the first part of the 2025 that we'll see any Ecats released. But probably if it happens, it'll happen towards the end of the year, because I think there's probably a huge amount of a huge number of things to consider for him to get ready to do this. As for me, I am just gonna, I'm going to continue to follow the events. I just don't feel like there's going to be a huge amount to report. One of the things that after the breakup with Quantum Eversource people, or the Quantum Legacy Foundation, I can't remember the exact words of his comment, but it was basically, the new partner, the current partner, is going to be no words. It's going to be all action, and we'll only get words when the product is ready for delivery. So I don't expect them to make any public announcement or appearance, which is probably a smart thing on their part. I'm sure they don't want to get untoward attention, whoever they are. I don't know who they are. So that is my update, and we shall just carry on as normal. May not be too many videos if there's not much to discuss, but I do want to say hello and appreciate the interest. And yeah, I'm still fully expecting good things from in the future when it comes to the Ecat. I really think that, personally, this is just a personal opinion, I think it's going to happen. Just knowing Rossi, he's a very determined person, and when he puts his mind to something, he really will work flat out to make it happen. Whether it'll happen this year, I think, he's made this promise and this guarantee, so I think he'll do his very best to make it happen this year. Thank you very much, and I will be in touch. Bye-bye.